CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Evan Kenny.
I'm really surprised, to be honest, that I need to draft a ministerial order to say that you can't have books on your shelves with graphic sexual content.
Banning books. The province is ensuring school libraries stick to what it considers age-appropriate content. Good evening. Before we get to Alberta schools, U.S. President Donald Trump is threatening to impose 35% tariffs on Canadian imports starting August 1st. Trump posted a letter he sent Prime Minister Mark Carney on social media. For more, visit ctvnewsedmonton.ca. The Alberta government has released what it calls clear guidance on the kinds of books it expects to see in school libraries come the fall. The education minister says he aims to ensure content is age-appropriate and free from explicit sexual material, but critics feel this opens the door to creating a book ban and worry how quickly it's all being put in place. CTV's Tyson Fedor reports.
Alberta's education minister says he is not banning books in school libraries.
We have an approach that strikes the right balance. We believe that students should be curious, inquisitive, and exploratory about their world without encountering sexually explicit content in school libraries.
Instead, he issued a new set of standards Thursday saying all school boards must remove any materials with explicit sexual content from their libraries by October the 1st. The government says there's no list of problematic books, but teachers and librarians will now have to go through all their resources without additional funding.
Now they need to curate and do an inventory of all the books within their schools, including their classroom libraries. I used to have a classroom library in my high school English class that had probably up to 300 books in there.
The province defines explicit sexual content as containing a detailed and clear depiction of a sexual act. In May, the province identified 4 illustrated coming-of-age novels found in Calgary and Edmonton public schools, which it says violates its new standards.
No kid needs to see that, especially I think in my future as a future mom. I definitely don't want my kids to ever see that stuff.
The order states non-explicit sexual content may be accessible only to students in grade 10 and above, provided it is age-appropriate. Students in grade 9 and younger are not allowed to access materials containing general sexual content, but it's okay if it's about health matters such as puberty or pregnancy. However, teachers can still use any book within their classes for teaching purposes.
We find it's very dangerous for government overreach when these decisions are local, right? Like they're meant to be made, the choosing of the books and the selection by experts.
School boards must make their policy public by January 1st.
This will be some extra work, but it shouldn't be extensive for our staff ultimately to remove graphic, explicit sexual content from our school libraries.
And if a school board is non-compliant, the minister has not yet decided what consequences would follow.
If that situation arose, I would have to explore what to do.
Tyson Fedor, CTV News, Calgary.
The company that owns Edmonton's City Centre Mall is in receivership, leaving the mall's future uncertain. As CTV's Nav Sanger reports, some say it could open up an opportunity to rethink and innovate.
During a summer weekday, there's some foot traffic at City Centre Mall downtown, but there's also a lot of empty retail spaces. The mall has been struggling over the last few years, and now more bad news. Its owner is in receivership.
Yeah, it's surprising and sad to hear that that's the way that it's going, but it's kind of understandable.
According to court documents, Edmonton City Centre Incorporated owes nearly $140 million to a real estate lender. An accounting firm is now in charge of all the assets, which include the mall and 3 attached office towers.
It's been apparent for some time that the asset owners were really stretched and just not in a position to appropriately invest in the property.
Panita McBride says when marquee tenants like Sport Chek and Hudson Bay closed their mall locations, the writing was on the wall.
Too big of a mall for our downtown population, for sure.
Retail analyst Bruce Winder says downtown malls across the country are suffering.
The downtown malls have an extra special challenge because people don't want to go down there. They don't live there in many cases. They just commute in for 3 or 4 days a week.
Winder says on top of the commute, some people avoid downtown malls over safety concerns.
There's heightened crime downtown. There's a lot of folks who are homeless downtown. Not enough social programs to go around.
What will happen to the mall is still unclear. Panita McBride believes this could be be a great opportunity to reinvent the block of retail and office space.
But it's going to take someone who's willing to be creative and innovative and entrepreneurial and really rethink what that property is for.
CTV News reached out to Edmonton City Centre Mall but did not receive a response. In a statement to CTV News, LaSalle Investment Management, one of the beneficial owners of Edmonton City Centre, says unprecedented market shifts in recent years have created unique challenges for this property, adding we've worked closely with all parties, including our investors and lender, to find the best possible resolution. Nav Sanga, CTV News, Edmonton.
2 teens are facing multiple charges after a man was killed in Wataswin. His body was found after a house fire. It happened last December. RCMP were called to the house fire just after 5 a.m. The body of a 67-year-old man was found. His death was considered suspicious. This week, RCMP arrested 2 teens. They have been charged with manslaughter, arson, and disregard for human life. Police are trying to identify the man in this picture. They say he's a suspect in a Mill Woods arson. Police say in June, someone broke into a garage near 65th Street and 14th Avenue and set a fire. The flames spread to the house. A family of 7 was inside. They managed to escape, but the home was destroyed. Anyone who can identify the man is asked to call Edmonton Police. A father and son from Edmonton are facing charges of human labor trafficking connected to businesses they owned outside of the city. RCMP began investigating illegal business practices involving immigrant workers last summer at a gas station in Kalmar and a motel in Fox Creek. Police believe workers were forced to work 80 to 90 hours a week without proper compensation, were overcharged for rent and expenses, and subject to harassment. 4 victims were identified, men and women. Police won't say where they're from or provide their ages. RCMP believe there are other victims.
This investigation is ongoing, with allegations of money laundering still being investigated, and authorities continue to actively pursue all related offenses. Investigators are committed to fully uncovering the full scope of the operation and ensuring that all individuals are held accountable while victim supports are provided.
What we're seeing is a trend that more and more victims of this type of crime are feeling more safe to come forward. Not to say that labor trafficking didn't exist before, but we're certainly seeing more of it today than we did a few years ago.
RCMP investigated 117 human trafficking cases in Alberta in 2023. 10 were labor-related. The numbers have jumped to 180 investigations last year, 21 involving labor trafficking. Sheriffs have closed what they call a problem property in southeast Edmonton. The Alberta Sheriffs say police have received complaints about a drug and criminal activity at this house in Millwoods for years. The property on 32nd Avenue will be closed for 90 days. No one is allowed on the property or inside in the house until October 8th. Until then, the locks will be changed, the house will be boarded up, and the yard fenced off. After that period, the owner is the only person who can be on the property for 3 years. The sheriffs hope this encourages the owner to sell.
We have closed this file down in 2009 and in 2010. We've tried, and the Edmonton Police Service has tried to work with the owner many times over the years to try and stop the drug activity. This most recent community safety order, again, had to happen because we just had an owner that could not control the activities at the property.
Members of the Safer Communities and Neighborhoods Unit will keep an eye on the property. New video has surfaced of a chaotic scene at the Calgary Stampede after 3 teenagers were stabbed on the Midway. No one has been arrested. The Stampede says security procedures will remain the same while police investigate. A warning, some viewers may find the video upsetting. CTV's Alicia Fieldberg reports.
Video captures a violent attack on the Stampede Midway, including what appears to be a stabbing. It was posted to social media, and now Calgary police believe it may be connected to Tuesday night's triple stabbing. The video is partially blurred because the people involved appear to be minors. The incident sent 3 teens to hospital with serious and life-threatening injuries. While it weighs on many people's minds, it isn't changing their Stampede plans.
It's definitely scary, but I think there definitely was a lot of crowd.
I did read about
about it, yeah, but it doesn't concern me. I figure they've got enough security that they know what they're doing.
Some guests say security seems more thorough than it was before the attack.
I came like about 3 days ago, and it was much better. Like, they had higher standards this time, and they actually were checking everybody properly, and rather than like being like it's okay and like letting it.
Police are unsure how the weapon used in the stabbing got onto the grounds. Officers are at every entry gate supporting Stampede security, who search belongings and screen attendees as they pass through metal detectors.
They checked my bag, and then we walked through the metal detector.
They did make sure they had a thorough look, and that's all.
Quick pat down, but smooth. The people that are working, they do their job properly. They know what to do. Make sure that everyone's in here safe.
Growing attendance does raise concerns for some. The day of the attack, a record-breaking 193,000 people came to the grounds, many for a popular concert on the outdoor stage.
Maybe just keeping a better eye on things and the crowds, especially. I feel like they can get out of hand sometimes.
A security expert says you need a balance to manage risks while preserving the Stampede experience.
At the park, you search everybody that comes in. Do you have cops every 3 feet? You know, it's just, do you over-police to the point that it's not a fun event anymore?
Police are still investigating the attack, which they say was between two groups of people who knew each other. Guests say they still feel safe and focus on the fun.
I mean, in a busy event like this, stuff's bound to happen, but as long as they're taking proper precautions after that, then I'll feel safe here.
Well, if I don't have any problems with someone, why am I scared to come to the Stampede, right?
The Grey Nuns Hospital is screening people who may have the measles from their cars. Covenant Health says it's doing this to reduce the risk of exposure to other patients and emergency room visitors. People who think they have the measles are being told to wait in their cars. They're then being sent to an ambulance bay to get checked. Infectious disease experts say big events like the Stampede or K-Days are a recipe for the spread of measles. They point to people who are unvaccinated or not fully vaccinated and are now traveling during the summer.
This is a public health emergency. It is a huge concern that we have unmitigated spread of a virus that is easily preventable.
The Ministry of Primary and Preventative Health Services says the government is not considering declaring a public health emergency. The Alberta government has named a longtime lawyer and recent provincial policy advisor to head its new involuntary drug treatment system. Jonathan Carlson will lead what the province calls the Compassionate Intervention Commission. Officials say he will be responsible for approving applications, though his decisions can be challenged in court. Earlier this year, Premier Danielle Smith's government passed legislation to create the new system. It allows people to be forced into addiction treatment facilities without their consent. Goodwill is partnering with the Edmonton Riverhawks for a movie night at the ballpark. The Sandlot is a classic 90s American comedy that tells a story about young baseball players. You can enjoy the movie outside on the big screen at Remax Field. Tickets are $5. All proceeds go to the Goodwill's mission of helping people with disabilities find employment. Goodwill says this is the fundraiser, or rather this fundraiser is a first. The movie starts at 7 p.m. Friday. Doors open at 6:30. Coming up next, how some in the city are reconnecting with nature and themselves. Also just ahead, we show you how construction on one Edmonton street is disrupting people on its sidewalk.
Sometimes it's like playing snakes and ladders, right? You think you're good, and then all of a sudden you get to an area that's a dead end.
Good evening, folks. 23 degrees for a daytime high in Edmonton today. We'll see temperatures a handful of degrees warmer for tomorrow and Saturday, and lots of sunshine in the forecast. Those details right after the break.
Life in the city can be hectic, stressful, and overwhelming for some people. A new program from the City of Edmonton is hoping to help people reconnect with the nature that exists around them and with themselves. CTV's Connor Hogg takes a look at the experience of forest bathing.
Mere minutes from the hustle and bustle of the city,
Guides are preparing to assist this group through the experience of forest bathing.
You're entering a separate place, a space that you can really hold for yourself.
When I first heard about forest bathing, I was like, are there going to be like bathtubs?
That is a common reaction. There will be no actual bathing in water during the session.
Forest bathing comes from the Japanese practice of Shinrin-yoku, a type of forest therapy. The city-run program is in its first week. It's paid for by the federal government's 2 Billion Trees initiative.
Choose an invitation that calls to you. You can take a moment to figure out what feels good.
Sessions are made up of invitations, prompts to focus on exploration, meditation, or reflection.
I'm not artistically inclined, but I decided to draw what I was seeing, and I was actually impressed with what I was able to do.
I think a lot of people who come to this practice are just hoping for a bit of relaxation and are often kind of surprised by the feelings that it can bring up.
Immersing oneself in the forest, in the woods, opening the senses and finding a real nature connection to decompress from urban life.
People have had pretty profound reactions. Sometimes people are even brought to tears because they reflect on impermanence or imperfection and relate that to themselves.
Slowing down to focus on the things many pass by.
I have learned that it's okay to take moments every day to find calm. I'm much better at making space for myself.
Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Kids are in for a free summer of fun at Green Shacks across the city. The drop-in program has a variety of activities for kids to try, like sports, games, arts, and crafts. The city says this program is a great opportunity for kids all summer long.
Really important, and we pride ourselves on getting kids outside and to be active. And this is an opportunity where kids can come out, do that right here, get off those devices, and make some friendships, be around other people.
In partnership with Edmonton's Arts Council, Green Shacks will also host free concerts and performances throughout July and August. Downtown construction is creating roadblocks for people with accessibility needs. As CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti reports, one advocate says it's putting people's safety at risk.
It's not the smoothest way to get over this dug-up sidewalk. Dozens of wooden planks are scattered across 107 Avenue, east of 109 Street, something that puts Zachary Weeks and others with accessibility needs in a tough situation.
Will those boards withstand the weight of my chair? But for folks that are in manual wheelchairs, it can pose extra challenges if you're not paying attention.
The city is putting in new street lamps along 107 Avenue. That's left gaps in the sidewalk. In some areas, the temporary planks are broken or missing.
Sometimes it's like playing snakes and ladders, right? You think you're good, and then all of a sudden you get to an area that's a dead end.
Like here.
No way we can get by that, so this is where we need to go.
People with wheelchairs aren't the only ones avoiding the sidewalk with safety concerns.
Because we have a lot of people, coming up and down. There's a lot of foot traffic here. So, yeah, it's a little much sometimes.
Most people who go around this area are pedestrians, so it's a little bit unsafe. It's a little bit frustrating. You feel like somebody's not taking a responsibility.
The city says contractors working on projects like these are responsible for maintaining walkways and ramps. They're required to repair or replace the damaged materials. Weeks says people with accessibility needs have to plan ahead, especially when going downtown.
When I come across areas like this, I try and avoid going on the main boulevard.
A problem that could persist until construction is completed in September. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Welcome back. Pretty close to average today, 23 degrees this afternoon, a long ways off 1 year ago when we had a record-setting 36 degrees on this date. Skies cleared through the mid to late evening hours. They'll stay clear, it looks like, right through most of the day tomorrow. Mainly sunny to start. A little bit of thin cloud cover around supper time tomorrow. Heavier clouds off to the north and to the northwest with a couple scattered showers. I think that cloud cover in the Edmonton area will hold off until Friday night. So through the evening and the overnight period, increasing cloud, maybe even a brief spotty shower. Better chance here further north, though, overnight Friday into Saturday morning. In fact, those showers will probably stick around through the morning hours Saturday up around Fort McMurray. We'll see the clouds hang around in the morning hours Saturday, but clearing through the afternoon. So back to some sunshine, and temperatures tomorrow and Saturday should be in that 26, 27 degree range for daytime highs. Morning lows tomorrow in the 10 or 11 degree range from Edmonton off to the east and northeast. Cooler in Red Deer at 6 degrees, and look at Jasper, 3 degrees tomorrow morning. You're back into the mid-20s across the northwest with mixed sun and cloud for tomorrow. Sunshine for Cold Lake, Fort McMurray. You'll see the sun break through the clouds after a chance of some showers in the early morning hours. 26 for a high there. 25, Lloydminster, Red Deer, and about 24 into Jasper. Here in Edmonton, mainly sunny. Again, there will be some wind tomorrow and Saturday. I think tomorrow gusts will be about 25, 30 kilometers per hour, closer to 40 kilometer per hour gusts for Saturday. And then Sunday and Monday, put a 30% chance of some scattered showers in the forecast for both those days. At this point, it does not look like either of those days is heavy, steady rain. So it's fairly low confidence on the timing of that and just how heavy those showers could be. So don't go canceling any outdoor plans for Sunday, Monday at this point. It will be a little cooler, though. Temperatures back into the low 20s for early next week, but warming back up 25 to 27 range by the end of next week. And as for tomorrow, mainly sunny and a high of 27 degrees. That is your forecast.
Fans are getting ready to rock out this weekend with the Rockin' Thunder Music Festival at the Edmonton Expo Center. Legendary rock band Def Leppard will headline tomorrow night. Weezer will headline Saturday night. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, Bret Michaels, and the Stone Temple Pilots will also be taking the stage this weekend. A festival representative says today is the calm before the thunder.
Get ready, have a whole lot of fun. It's going to be a great vibe. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a blast.
Tickets to the show are still on sale. Gates into the festival open at 1 p.m. both days and will close at 11 p.m. after the main act. The Devon Public Library has launched a new program pairing reading with bird watching. As CTV's Merrick DeCash reports, the idea is getting a lot of interest.
So here we have the binoculars. They're very useful.
Isabel Gibbons was one of the first people to borrow a bird-watching backpack from the Devon Public Library.
I think it's really great that they had this idea, so then kids can go outside and get into birds like I did too.
The library started lending out bird backpacks 1 week at a time. Inside each kit, a pair of binoculars, a Birds of Alberta guidebook, an Edmonton birds pamphlet, and a birding checklist specific to the town of Devon.
We do have a waiting list on the bags so far, but yeah, we'll see how it goes all summer. We expect it'll be pretty busy over summer, and they won't be on our shelf at all. So
Karen Haig, a longtime volunteer for the library, was inspired to bring the program to Devon after hearing of a similar one at the Regina Public Library.
Town Council's been very supportive, and the library, it kind of puts everybody together, and the Friends of the Library. So several groups went together to put the project together.
Haig, an avid bird watcher herself, wanted to highlight Devon's certification as a bird-friendly town.
There's like 30 bird-friendly communities in Canada. We were one of the first in Alberta in November of 2023, so we're very bird-friendly, and it was another initiative with our bird-friendly project to increase public awareness of birds and do things to help preserve birds, so I thought this was a great way to do it.
Staff at the library are excited about the new program.
We have so many community members that just bring cool ideas to us, and then we're like, oh, sure, this sounds great, let's do it. So, yeah, it's just something fun to offer the community and get more people involved.
People like Isabel Gibbons.
I just picked up a bird book once, and I'm like, this is really cool, and I just got into it after that.
The library has 4 bird bags in total, 3 for adults and 1 for children. Merrick DeCash, CTV News, Devon.
All right, well, with this beautiful weekend coming up the next couple days, if you're not going out to watch the rock show, you might have to go and watch some birds. That's all the time we have. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good rest of your night.